So I'm here with Hector Del Caso, and we are going to talk to you today about the reasons you should hire a local property manager. Hector has been in real estate 21 years.
About 21 years, yeah.
And he's been doing property management for at least 15 years
Correct.
now. And so we've got some stories, and we're going to continue
Absolutely.
this, talking about this. But let's start with why hire a local property manager?
No, definitely. I think it's important to hire a local company. When you hire a local company that has experience within the market, they understand, obviously, pricing. And that's a key factor when you're hiring a property management company, understanding the local market, the demand, and what properties are going to rent for here locally. A market here in Temecula is going to be much different from Lake Elsinore, Perez, Hemet. Sure. So always go local.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, the best reason. So let's talk about bad tenants. And I hate to say this, they're out there, right?
Sure.
But let's talk about bad tenants and what happens when you don't screen your tenants properly. And owners who try to rent the properties themselves, they don't have access to the tools we have to screen their tenants properly. So let's talk about what happens if they're not screened properly.
No, absolutely. I think a lot of times, one of the biggest mistakes property management companies can make is rushing through the process. And if you don't have an experienced company that actually has a protocol to putting tenants in place, it can cost you a lot of money. And we've had this happen before. Unfortunately, nobody is proof let me go back. Nobody is exempt from potentially having these type of issues, but when you follow your process and you vet the client, you can save your client thousands of dollars. I actually inherited a property years ago where the tenants actually destroyed the entire property, and it cost the owner thousands of dollars in damages. So it's very sad. I think one of the things from Reliable Realty that really is a key factor in what we do is that we are very specific about income, verifying income, credit, employment history. And if you stick to those standards, again, it's not bulletproof,
right,
but you put yourself in a great position to putting in a great tenant that's going to take care of the property.
We do everything we can to mitigate those types of scenarios. And so, but a tenant ruining your property can be, they stop watering the lawn, or they, which happens, or the tenant, they allow people to move in that shouldn't have been there. Things that, ordinarily that we can't predict some Absolutely. Of those things. But we do an annual inspection. We do go in. We check out the property. This is to help the owner, so we can keep eyes on what is exactly going on. So a trash property, we've had some properties that tenants have left, and the property was damaged, and cost the owner some money to fix. So again, our process of vetting each and every tenant is it's pretty much, again, the same as buying a house. We are going to check out the tenant as thoroughly as possible and do everything that we can to make sure there's no issues. So what about, Hector, have you had any emergency situations where the pipes burst or?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, those are rare, but every so often you get a call where there's a leak in the property and everybody's rushing to try to mitigate the issue. And one of the things that we have in our company is a list of contractors that can assist in a moment's time. So I think that that's also very important, is to have an extensive list of contractors that can assist you during an emergency.
Yeah, we have a ton, and we have vetted the contractors as well, because we want to make sure the contractors are licensed, insured. When they're doing work on the property, we can stand behind them, and they're not taking advantage of the owners in any way, as far as pricing and cost goes. So when we're talking, let's say, Hector, you've sold a property, and you've sold it to an investor, and what is your conversation you have with that investor about not managing the property themselves? Let me manage it.
No, absolutely. I think this is one of the services that we provide when we're working with investors, and one of the advantages of working with Reliable Realty is that we can provide this service, right? And so the question always comes, should I manage my property, or should I hire an experienced property management company? And the answer is always go with a management company. A lot of investors are from outside of the area. They don't have access to contractors like we do. They don't understand the local market. So my take is always, and my advice is always to the investor, hey, listen, this is what we provide, the services that we provide, I think that our cost, our pricing is very, very competitive compared to the rest of the market here for property management services. And it gives you that assurance that you have a trustworthy company helping you manage your asset.
And not only that, we do offer discounts for first responders. We love our military and we love our first responders. So whether you're a nurse or a fireman, police, we do love to offer you discounts and as our way of thanking you and giving back. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you.